We have many programs and initiatives under this Women's Forum. One of its program is the Margadarshak program, which is a flagship program for us. We have more than about 500 women and men.
Great innovation and infrastructure became a hub for the IT industry.
The investors, when they come to Hyderabad or any other destination, they also look for security.
The main challenges we are facing are the cyber crimes, the traffic problems, and also human harassment at workplace and also while commuting and various places.
Security has become one of the important pillars in the organizational priorities.
With a vision to provide safety and security in the IT corridor, the Society for Cyberabad Security Council was started in the year 2006, a collaboration between Cyberabad Police and the IT industry.
Today, SCSC emerged as one go-to organization for IT and ITES industry in the Cyberabad IT corridor for any safety and security related aspects or advices. SCSC over the years has structured itself into 4 verticals, namely women's safety, traffic safety, security of IT campuses, that is infrastructure safety, and cyber security.
SCSC Women's Forum is formed to empower, educate and enable women, specifically employees in IT organizations, to manage and respond effectively to issues of safety and security and be self-reliant.
Women face a lot of issues at the workplace, during their travel, at their homes and in their neighborhoods also. SCSC gives a holistic solution to all the problems being faced by women.
We have many programs and initiatives under this Women's Forum. One of its program is the Margadarshak program, which is a flagship program for us. We have more than about 500 women and men who are certified. We have another program called Project Safe Stay, where we audit hostels in and around Hyderabad and see that they're 100% compliant.
We are also providing the last mile connectivity through our buses, which transport the women freely. We also are planning for the She Safe app, through which they can connect to us seamlessly.
SCSC Traffic Forum is spearheading road safety and security and has evolved over the last 2 years.
Hundreds of IT professionals during their free time, they are volunteering to help traffic police in regulating the traffic at important junctions in IT corridor during peak hours. This has come up very well, and it is a traffic volunteer initiative that is one of the most successful initiatives of the Traffic Forum of SCSC.
With a current volunteer group of more than 1,800 from the IT corridor, more than 90,000 cabs being registered, SCSC Traffic Forum has conducted more than 150 plus road safety sessions in IT companies in the last year.
As part of controls, we have a process in place to verify the background verification for our cab owners and drivers. That way, this would ensure the safety of a woman in our city.
The main objective of the SCSC Safety and Security Forum is to closely work with Cyberabad Police Commissionerate to mitigate issues pertaining to safety and security at multi-levels.
We are able to have about 95,000 CCTVs with the help of the various companies and also with the public in public participation. So we have a separate program called as Niga Netram, where we request the companies to come forward and donate their CSR funds.
Certain issues I noticed that which creates impact on the IT sector, with the security of the employees and the security of the IT infrastructure and safety and security of the women employees.
So far, SCSC Safety and Security Forum has installed 241 CCTV cameras with CCTV surveillance program, trained 4 batches of around 200 security personnel in tactical training program, held 15 Security Heads Connect sessions, 6 ERP meetings and initiated 2 QRT vehicles to ensure safety and security in the IT corridor.
Cyberabad Security Council has been instrumental in running the tactical training for all the security guards in and around the Cyberabad area for all the IT companies.
Cybersecurity Forum focuses on hacking prevention, incident handling, forensics and post-event public relations.
Telangana Police accords a very high priority to cybercrime, and it has over a period of time developed capabilities to address a large type of cybercrimes.
Awareness is the only thing which will prevent these crimes. So we go through cyber security forum for awareness campaigns and also one-to-one interaction with the employees and also HR people.
SCSC Cybersecurity Forum conducted 6 thought leadership sessions on cybersecurity threats, covering 700 cyber enthusiasts, 5 awareness sessions on social media threats, covering 600 employees, and 4 conclaves, benefiting 2,100 participants to spread cybercrime awareness.
Apart from driving awareness, we also organize a lot of hackathons from colleges to schools and in IT corridor itself. We bring in the experts from the industry to kind of drive a lot of content. We help them drive best practices, and we also help them formulate policies for their own organizations.
Currently we have around 150 to 170 member companies who have been continuously contributing and supporting SCSC on all the initiatives and various forums.
Today, SCSC is a very unique organization and a most successful PPP model, which was possible only due to aggressive governments over the last 12 years that we had, and the most industry-friendly police department.
Telangana, Hyderabad remains a pioneer in trying all different new initiatives, right, when it comes to women empowerment or cyber security or traffic security, whatnot. So I think I'm very, very proud to be associated with Cyberabad Security Council.
SCSC, Society for Cyberabad Security Council.
Good evening, everyone. A very, very warm welcome to the 4th edition of Aadhya, the weekly power talks launched by the Society for Cyberabad Security Council and the Cyberabad Police. Society for Cyberabad Security Council, you just saw the video as well, and it's known as SCSC amongst everybody. It's a very unique collaboration between the Cyberabad Police and the representatives of the various organizations in Cyberabad. It started as an initiative to ensure the safety and security of the IT organizations and their employees in Cyberabad. And today it embraces sectors like manufacturing, pharma, healthcare, infrastructure developers, hotels, conventions to ensure a safe and secure ecosystem in Cyberabad. SCSC has positively impacted the employees of the organizations operating in Cyberabad and the citizens alike. It has helped put Hyderabad on the global map as one of the safest cities. The COVID-19 pandemic is an unprecedented time that has caught us unaware. The prolonged social distancing and the various safety protocols have started affecting everyone in one way or the other. And the Women's Forum at SCSC took a step to help the citizens tackle the situation. When I say situation, I'm not talking about the medical aspects of it. We have dedicated doctors and the frontline medical workers doing that. But how to help people, their physical, psychological, and social well-being. And thus, Aadhya was launched. These weekly power talks provide insights into the physical, psychological, and social well-being of the citizens with an objective to educate, enable, and empower them. And after 3 successful sessions, here we are with the 4th session on physical well-being and nutrition, how to stay fit and healthy during COVID times. And without much ado, may I invite DCP Anusuya ma'am to set the context. Anusuya ma'am heads the Women and Child Safety Wing at Cyberabad Police and is the convener of the Women's Forum at SCSC. Ma'am, over to you.
Thank you, Padma Priya. I welcome all the guests to this program called Physical Wellbeing and Nutrition, Staying Fit and Healthy During the COVID Times. So, as you all know, last year was also difficult, and this year with the second wave, we have gone through a very difficult time. Again, now we are expecting the third wave to kick in. So, in the meanwhile, we thought that people are staying at home and
having a lot of issues, safety issues, and health issues by being forced to stay indoors. So we thought we should come out with some initiatives for women who are at home, and then we have started these Aadhya talks. Today is the fourth session. I welcome you all to the fourth session dedicated to well-being. We have experts here. Padma Priya will shortly introduce you to the panelists. I would like to say a few words before I hand over the things to Padma Priya. The thing is, first of all, pandemic or no pandemic, we need to maintain our health. So as the old saying goes, health is wealth. So you should keep yourself fit and healthy. And then whether it is after the end of the pandemic also, we should keep maintaining a good healthy lifestyle, have a proper nutritious diet, have good sleep, and then maintain a very physically active lifestyle, so that most of the problems, health problems, we can overcome just by having a healthy lifestyle. And adequate sleep. Sleep is also a very important part of having a healthy lifestyle. So with that, I would like to say that fitness, you all know physical fitness plays a very important role in everybody's life. As women, we try to ignore the physical activity, and we try to spend more time in the welfare of the family, looking after the children, the house, and the husband's needs, and we give last priority to our needs. So I would like everyone to, first give priority to your own health. Set aside some time for yourself. Do something, some physical activity. Maybe it is walking, or whether it is yoga, whatever it is, whatever you are comfortable doing. And then after taking out the time for yourself, then you can dedicate the rest of your day to your family, to your work, whatever else activities you have planned for the entire day. As you know, the physical health is important for mental health also. So we can avoid a lot of mental health issues by being physically active. And sometimes when you are when you are in a bad mood or you're depressed, when you just go out for a walk in the fresh air outside, then you will see that physically, you will see that your mind is clearing, and your thoughts are clearing, and you are able to take a proper decision also. So I have practiced this, and I have seen that it has yielded results to me. So just imagine doing it on a regular daily basis. Your mind is also very active. You can make so many decisions when you are alone out walking, and your mind is free, breathing in the fresh morning air. Believe me, it gives a lot of strength to the mind as well as the body. So with these few words, I would like to again hand over to Padma Priya to take this session forward by introducing our guests, and then talking about health and fitness, and how to maintain your physical health as well as your mental balance during the pandemic time. Thank you very much. Over to you, Priya.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so very much for those words. Yes, pandemic and no pandemic, we need to be physically fit, we need to be healthy. But when we are in the pandemic mode, the social distancing is restricting people's daily activities. And we are actually telling everybody, stay safe, stay at home, which means most people will spend much of their time at home, which in turn means that activities such as walking, jogging, going to the gym are restricted, and people have far fewer opportunities to be physically active. That means we are more or less leading a sedentary life at home. And added to this, so much of a stress that we are facing, everybody, the uncertainty about future, worries related to finances, taking care of children, and keeping your elderly parents, safe, and job security. You want to relax, you switch on the television, there is ceaseless news coverage about the pandemic, and the constant social media driven flood of messages. All these are increasing stress. Our routines, our lifestyles are disrupted. Our sleeping and eating patterns are also disturbed. I'm sure most of us are getting irritated, We are facing emotional outbursts, there's low motivation. All these have become common. So, how do we maintain a healthy lifestyle in the middle of this crisis? And how do we get back into a routine? We have with us two trailblazers, each one of them successful in their respective domains with celebrities as their clientele, whom they guide to lead healthy lives. And they are here to guide us to lead a healthy life. Sridevi Jasti, holistic nutritionist and managing director, Vibrant Living Private Limited, who over the last 3 decades has been guiding people towards a holistic lifestyle, be it food, fitness, travel, natural birth, and whatnot. And the second guest we have with us here is Kiran Demla. She is a celebrity fitness trainer and a bodybuilder. She's an inspiration for women around the country that dreams can be achieved even after marriage. And Kiran is a professional DJ too. I'm sure the tips she will share on how to keep fit will be music to our ears. Welcome, Sridevi, and welcome, Kiran. So let us just keep this as interactive as possible. I'll just, probably in the passing pose few questions to you, and if you can share your knowledge, I'm sure it would be of great help to all of us. To start with, Sridevi, do you think the pandemic has derailed the way people eat, the way people live?
First of all, let me thank you all for having me over. Thanks for inviting me. It's such a privilege to be on this panel and share what I have to share here. I hope to be of help here. Yes, it has changed so much. I think we're all, we understood that our diet is very important for our immunity. So suddenly we are realizing, oh, I should check what I'm eating. So then we check, and then now we are under fear and stress that we are just overdoing on some things and ignoring on the other things. I think our dietary needs have increased, because when you're under stress, you have to eat certain kind of foods to help us have more immunity. And because we are at home and afraid to go out and not able to get the kind of foods that you might be getting from the stores, again, you're probably limited in the amount of food that you're eating, amount of variety that you're getting into your kitchens. That's another concern as well. And then you're bored or you're stressed out at home and you end up eating whatever is comforting, because food is our comforting factor. It started from our birth. So whenever we are under emotionally, imbalance, stress, we reach out for food. And of course, that's what we're doing now as well. And that isn't helping our health. We are either overeating or some people under stress, they're under eating. So yes, a lot has changed because of staying at home and because of the fear that, we are living in, definitely.
Yeah, I know. For one, we started baking a lot. My daughter at home, I've been telling you, right? Like baking everything, left, right, center, we are eating. And I definitely will say my dietary habits have been derailed completely. Yeah.
What I understood, two things happened during the pandemic about food. Everybody got interested in not only focusing on food, but they're learning to cook as well. That is a positive outcome. People are learning to cook. People are understanding the pleasure of getting in the kitchen. I'm so thankful for that. I'm happy about that. But we are getting into baking. So many bakeries came up, during this time, and so much of baking. Like I was talking to you, I think that's the baking is one form of realizing the magic in food. Good or bad, but realizing the magic in food, combining ingredients and putting it under certain temperature, and you see it just transform into something tasty. So that's okay. That's the first step. But understanding the kind of ingredients that are going in it and what it's doing to our health, and getting into the next step. As a matter of fact, that's what I did as a teenager. I baked cakes for everybody's birthday in the family, and that was the fun part. But then soon I understood that, my skin isn't doing well with eating that kind of stuff. So I understood a little bit of that, and then started eating healthier or making healthier foods. And I guess that's why I went into nutrition. But I am happy that people are getting in the kitchen, men, women, children, and it's uniting people. You're doing things at home. So that's a positive thing, definitely.
Definitely, yes, that's a positive thing. But at the same time, at the cost of probably, putting on more weight, but then people are not able to go to gym or do their regular physical exercises. I would like to pose a question to Kiran here.
But
Kiran,
that's why we have Kiran. for
yes,
that.
yes, absolutely. We have Kiran here. So, Kiran, a healthy immune system plays a vital role in defending our body against disease by fighting infection. However, how can we improve this immune system? What kind of exercises? Because people are not able to go to gym, they're not even able to walk outside their homes. What do they do? What should they do?
जनरली पहले तो थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन और मुझे लगता है इम्यूनिटी सिस्टम जो सबसे पहले तो हम लोग सबसे पहले जो अटैक होता है वो फूड पे होता है हमारा सब लोगों का पहले बाद में एक्सरसाइज पे जाता है बट फर्स्ट ऑलवेज दे फॉर इम्यूनिटी स्पेशली इमीडिएटली दे थिंक अबाउट द फूड कि हम ऐसा क्या खाएंगे जिससे इम्यूनिटी लेवल ज़्यादा अच्छा होगा बट उसके बाद मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि फर्स्ट मैं यौगिक क्रियाएं स्पेशली आई ऑलवेज एनकरेज योगा यौगिक क्रियाएं नॉट ओनली बॉडी बिल्डिंग और डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ HIIT और एब्स एक्सरसाइज एंड Pilates and all definitely but I encourage yoga also and yogic kriyas especially pranayam I encourage a lot तो मुझे लगता है प्राणायाम एक ऐसी क्रिया है जिससे हम अपना इम्यूनिटी लेवल बहुत अच्छा कर सकते हैं योगा में काफ़ी ऐसे आसनास हैं जिससे हम इम्यूनिटी लेवल घर में रह के ही बहुत अच्छा कर सकते हैं तो आई थिंक प्राणायाम इज़ द फर्स्ट स्टेप जब भी हमें घर में हमें कुछ नहीं मिल रहा है हमें समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि हम क्या एक्सरसाइज करें तो मुझे लगता है कि प्राणायाम एक फर्स्ट ऐसा स्टेप होता है हमारे एक्सरसाइज में जो हम सबको करना चाहिए जिससे हम इम्यूनिटी लेवल बहुत अच्छा कर सकते हैं बिकॉज दैट्स रिलेटेड विद ब्रीदिंग
Correct.
And COVID
correct.
is all about the breathing.
Breathing. Yes, that's exactly what I was saying. Probably it will benefit our lungs as well.
Yes.
But people are actually popping multivitamin pills, and they're also, looking at, foods which are actually supposed to, boost the immunity. Sridevi, actually do these multivite pills or the so-called foods which are supposed to improve immunity, do they actually help?
Okay, so the foods definitely do help. Multivitamin pills, I think your urine is going to be an expensive one. Lot of multivitamins are not absorbed at all when you're taking it in a pill form. They just go in the in the urine a lot of times, and if the quality of the vitamins are not good, they just sit as toxins in your body. So you can't just pop in too much, and some of the fat soluble vitamins are going to be even toxic to take too much in quantity, so you should not randomly take multivitamins. It's far better to eat good food that is seasonal, and not ignore the simple ingredients that we have around us, like our amlas and moringa, coriander. All of these are fantastic ingredients to have. Everyday foods, we've heard it for the last 2 years over and over again, about haldi, about ginger, everyday foods, right? That's what we need. But getting into any habit, new habit in a very excessive way is not a good idea. It's not a good idea. Even if turmeric is very healthy, yes, it is, no doubt about it, and neem and all of that, you can't just overdo on it, and your body will struggle to absorb or eliminate that. So I think going slowly, and more importantly, I think more than what you're eating, yes, it is very important what you're eating. It's also about how you're feeling. If you're in panic, if you want this nutrition right away, it's not going to work like that. Stress is going to be counterproductive to absorption of whatever you're eating. So I think it's important, like Kiran said, do your breathing exercises, be calm, and start introducing, if you're not into having good habits, but start introducing in a more relaxed and methodical way rather than in a panic and now. want to get everything today itself. Let me put this portion, that portion, not like that. Yeah. Even myself, in the midst of the pandemic last year, instead of drinking enough water, I didn't realize, you're just doing so much. You're thinking about business, you're thinking about health, and people around you suffering all of this. So I was having this Ayurveda drink that I love the taste. Also, we have a lot of vamu, ajwain growing. So you put that and haldi and ginger, and I was loving the tea. And so instead of water, I was just sipping that throughout the day, right? And then I realized, boy, it's too much heat. It's producing heat in my body. So, just reduce that and drink more water and coconut water. I was fine. But then I'm in tune to my body. So I, because of my work, I understand, okay, one day it's like that. But otherwise, people, you just overdo on things and then not stop when you need to stop. Then, you get into trouble. So little by little, little by little. Definitely, but it's very important to watch what you're eating. A lot of times, I think, in my opinion, instead of adding new things, I think it's important to analyze what you're already eating. A lot of times we are eating a lot of processed foods and foods that are counterproductive to health and immunity. It is better that you eliminate them. That's more important than adding something new that might be healthier. You get my point? Because while you're eating something healthy, you're still eating things that are really counterproductive to your good health. So what's the point? First, analyze what you're eating and see, oh, I've been doing this for so long, I didn't realize that it's actually hurting my health. So let me get rid of that, and then you've already done something good for yourself. So something good will come into your life.
So when you say analyze what you're eating, probably why don't we analyze what's in the kitchen? What's the best immunity boosting foods that we have, everybody has in their kitchen? What are they?
Can I talk about, there are plenty, but we are using them in small quantities, like spices, ginger. How much do you use? You use small quantities. But what are the foods that you're using that are actually hurting you in massive quantities? Sugar, hydrogenated fats, oils, right? Highly inflammatory foods like your processed foods, maida, noodles, and all that kind of stuff. Those are actually, you're eating in quantities, right? You're eating in meal quantities. Get rid of them first and replace them with whole foods, and then add to them what's already in the house, like your superfoods, like your pepper, black pepper, turmeric, cinnamon, ginger, garlic, so the list goes on. We traditionally have good ingredients in our kitchen, but we are using sauces that are already made up. Okay, instead of making our own masalas at home, right? What are the fillers in them? What are the artificial ingredients that they add as anti-caking agents, or to keep them fresh longer? Those are the hidden foods that we are ingesting into our body, that your body does not understand that it's food. But commercially, they're used to help the shelf life of the product or increase the taste, artificially increase the taste of the product, okay? That your body does not recognize as food. It's a foreign object. It's a foreign, you're in tune to nature. So whatever comes from nature directly is processed, but that is not food. And what is not food, your body will not understand, and it's going to keep test toxins. So I think it's important that we use clean food that you have control over. You know what you're using, and then start good foods one by one.
Bang on. So I would want to pose a question to Kiran here. So Kiran, I'm working from home, and there are several people probably who's joined here on YouTube link, or for that matter, who's going to see this in the future as well. Everybody, I would say around 60% of them are working from home. We are constantly only sitting, right? Which means our joints are going for a toss. Are there any exercises, some simple movements, something, which will help boost our metabolism, probably also help us to relax? Could you just help us understand what we can do, Kiran?
सबसे पहले मैं कहूँगी कि जब पैंडेमिक चालू हुआ था तो people were so panic कि gyms are closed, the centers are closed, roads are closed, curfew, where we'll go for workout, and they were literally in panicking mode, really. बट मुझे ऐसे नहीं लगता, मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि हमारा घर जो होता है घर में हम रह के भी बहुत अच्छा हेल्थ बना सकते हैं। करने वाला कहीं भी करेगा, लेकिन नहीं करने वाले को आप एक लग्ज़री जिम दे दोगे तो भी नहीं करेगा, मुझे ऐसे लगता है। तो घर में हम बहुत छोटी-छोटी चीज़ें हैं फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल देयर आर स्टेप्स। स्टेप्स आर द बेस्ट कार्डियो, ट्रस्ट मी, स्टेप्स आर बेस्ट कार्डियो। इट लुक्स लाइक कि हाँ, स्टेप्स है, सिंपल है, बट इट्स नॉट ईज़ी। स्टेप्स सबसे अच्छा कार्डियो होता है जो हम घर में अपने टाउन में अपने अंदर अपार्टमेंट में स्टेप्स अगर बाहर भी नहीं जा सकते हैं घर में रह के हम सिटअप्स करना पुशअप्स करना या हम बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं घर में जो मैन्युअली हम लोग बॉडी वेट कार्डियो जिसे बोलते हैं जंपिंग जैक्स एंड एब्स अपर एब्स लोअर एब्स जस्ट वी नीड वन मैट दैट्स इट इफ अगर वो भी नहीं है कभी भी कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है हम बहुत सारी ये छोटी-छोटी चीज़ें हैं जो हम स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं। बस जस्ट आई वांट टू से कि हमें कभी भी हमें ये देखना चाहिए कि हम कितने टाइम से वर्कआउट कर रहे हैं। जैसे श्रीदेवी ने भी कहा कि हमें हमेशा एक बहुत ही काम, बहुत ही एक स्लो से हमें स्टार्ट करना चाहिए कि घर में रह के हेल्थ खराब हो रहा है कि हम क्या करें? वी स्टार्ट विद द ब्रीथिंग एक्सरसाइजेस, स्ट्रेचिंग्स, asanas, and then you go in the higher and high resistance workouts, the jumping jack or abs exercise, and sit-ups and squats and different kind of. तो मुझे लगता है घर में रह के हम बहुत even push-ups, in fact chin-ups, we can do at home. Here's my door. I can do chin-ups on my door also. It's so easy. तो बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं and if you have resistance band at home, the small things, resistance band or something ball with resistance band you can do so many variations and workout. So I think हम घर में रह के एक बहुत अच्छा हेल्थ मेंटेन कर सकते हैं and yes we can do everything at home, we don't need to gym.
Thank you for that. I think it's just a small investment of buying a resistant band, which will help us to do a lot of exercise, right?
Yes, that's it.
Sridevi, what about our kind of foods that are there which will boost the metabolism? Can you just slightly elaborate around that?
So again, I'm always talking about whole foods, right? It's super important that we have foods that are rich in fiber, that actually increase in our metabolism and also helps us be full longer. That's a simple thing. And also use foods like ginger, turmeric, all these immune boosting also revs up our metabolism. I think metabolism also gets revs up if you give enough break between your food. Intermittent fasting is the best way to help your metabolism. Meaning, give your system a break for 14 hours minimum. So if your dinner is at 7 p.m., do not eat until 9 a.m. anything. So that in itself is very helpful in increasing your metabolism. And outside of foods, breathing exercises do that. And anything inflammatory. So I suggest not drinking milk products, eating milk products or meat. These are difficult for the body to assimilate and digest, and they also disturb your metabolism. So plant-based foods that are high in fiber and that are grown in season is the best way to rev up your metabolism. And also not use refined fats. Coconut is fantastic. You can use coconut oil. Coconut yogurt is something else that I recommend. So when you're eating these foods that are seasonal and in rotation, first thing you should not do is do the same thing over and over and over again. If something is good, people just do it every day and a lot of it. There are only few foods that you should do it every day, like your eating your vegetables, lots of greens. That should be every day. And maybe eating your soaked almonds is also something that you can do every day. And another thing that you can do every day without not really worrying is your seeds. Combination of seeds, that also. You can't do pumpkin seeds every day because they have lots of zinc and selenium, and it's going to help your immunity and your mental health. But use sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, tarboos, all of this in rotation. So when you eat natural foods and a lot of variety, you naturally will have good metabolism. You don't have to worry about, because your hormones have to be flowing in a balanced way. When you have that, and food alone will never do it. I know I emphasize on food because that's my profession, and Kiran is there to motivate us for exercise, but you have to move your body. It doesn't matter. Research shows, maybe Kiran can talk more about that, research shows that you burn more calories and your metabolism also gets revved up if you're active throughout the day rather than just killing yourself for an hour, So I guess during pandemic, a lot of us didn't have maids and help at home, so we work. So don't get into bad habits. Just do your things. Take care of your own, cleaning up and all of that. And that proves to be healthier, and you can stay fit better that way. So like Kiran was saying, you shouldn't be sorry that you have to stay home. Yes, it's so hard with children and, entertaining them and keeping them healthy and giving them healthy foods. It is not easy to be working at home and not having social life and not having a break. But we can always look on the positive side of having your children for yourself at home and getting them involved in cooking with you. I mean, if that is the situation in your house, I might be just looking at the positive side of the picture. But whole foods, natural foods, seasonal foods, and lots of vegetables. Just don't underestimate your vegetables and fruit consumption. And do not worry about the calories that come from fruits.
Yeah. So since you're talking about children, now children are at home, there are online classes, and parents are trying to bribe them so that they attend those online classes. Just to keep them away from trouble, not to go out, we are giving them cakes, we are giving them carbonated drinks, we are giving them pizza, noodles, and all that food which is not supposed to be given. Right? So in such a and when we are actually pushing them towards healthy foods, they say, oh, it's so boring. So what kind of healthy yet finger licking foods can be given to children?
That's $1 billion question. Oh man, I know it's not easy. I think it's important for us to educate our children to understand the ill effects of the foods that they're asking for. About maybe if they're into sports, tell them how it's not going to help them be good at their sport, and studies how it's going to. I know it's not enough to scare children. You want to give them something tasty. So maybe not talk so much about what is healthy and what is not healthy to start with, and bribing is a game that you're never going to win. I never believed that, even as not that my son is doing so well in eating, but bribing, I thought that, I read when he was very little that bribing children with candy for something is a very bad idea. But if you already came to that place and now what to do, especially, when you can't deal with them, I guess it's always about balance. Let them have one meal like that and one meal like this. My son came up with this one. So he wanted to, he's like, he's lucky and cursed at the same time for having a mother like me when it comes to food. So he's been eating, he's used to eating good food all his life, but at the same time, he also developed a taste for food that I wouldn't give him. So this is how he bargained it with me. He gave me, he's like, there are 21 meals a week. Okay, 21 meals a week. So I'm asking you to allow me to eat 3 meals of whatever I want. The rest I'll eat what you're saying, what you want me to eat. So maybe you can make some deals that you get to give more of what you want to give, then but you can't convert them like that. Problem is you who's bringing in food that you should be eating and you should not eat, your children should not be eating, right? Why are we bringing home chips and cakes and sodas and all of that to start with, right? So maybe we can do things like buy soda or get carbonated water and do your own frizzy drinks for them, right? Even if you're adding sugar in them, they're so much better than carbonated drinks that you buy from outside, because they won't have 40% of the drink to be sugar. You can do less and still be okay. Like, for example, maybe you can make I don't know, if kids like mint nimbu pani with soda water, and I don't know, I make rose lassi. I put brown sugar in it, and I put regular yogurt as well, curd, brown sugar, and I put fresh roses. Roses are produce, they're good smelling. Not, don't be giving roses that are hybrid and sprayed with all kinds of things, obviously. But if they're homegrown roses, and and they smell good, and if you haven't sprayed it, then use them. And nowadays kids are into gourmet food, so give that gourmet twist, and they'll feel like they're being rewarded, rather than don't speak the word healthy at all. Just get into their best side by saying that I'm making this gourmet fancy food that I've seen on some network that they fancy, something like that. I have a lot of recipes on my YouTube channel that are easy to make, but my suggestion really, really is, don't say that they're healthy. It's just a bad word with children, that healthy word, because they don't care. What does it mean to be healthy? You and I care, we want to be stronger, we don't want to get old, or we don't want to get sick, and all of them. We know that. They don't know all of that. So I guess that. So, and then make those, even baking, even if you're baking at home, always think outside the box and look at, maybe you can use 1 or 2 ingredients that you usually use, instead of what you usually use, a healthier version of it. You can do that. Instead of maybe maida, you can use maybe buckwheat flour or whole wheat flour, and maybe use a little extra egg in it so that it's fluffy. Or maybe substitute with a little bit of millets in it. Just a little tweak a little, so that the taste gets a little, used to it, rather than going drastically outright in something so totally different. Then they won't accept. But slowly, I think you have to work together with children and go step by step, especially if they got used to a lot of sugar in their diets.
Yeah. And on this note, Kiran, kids are not able to go out and play, and they hate exercising. They throw tantrums, right, when parents make them exercise. So how do we make exercising for children enjoyable?
Such a challenge.
I think मुझे लग रहा है कि मेरा इंस्टाग्राम जो अकाउंट है, अगर सोशल मीडिया में सब लोग देखेंगे, तो मैं मेरे बच्चों को एक्सरसाइज कराती हूँ, और बहुत सारे वीडियोस हैं। मेरी डॉटर है 23 इयर्स ओल्ड, मेरा सन है 18 इयर्स ओल्ड, तो मैं उनको अपने साथ जिम लेके जाती हूँ। तो इट इज़ सच में बहुत डिफिकल्ट टास्क है ये, कि बच्चे बोलते हैं आपको एक्सरसाइज पसंद है, हमको नहीं है पसंद, हम क्या करेंगे हम। तो मैंने कहा ठीक है, अच्छा डांस कर लो। ओके, तुमको डांस क्लास पसंद है, माय डॉटर इज कोरियोग्राफर, ओके यू लव डांस, तो डू प्रॉपर 1 घंटा तुम अच्छे से, तुम्हें प्रैक्टिस करना है, कुछ करना है, यू कैन डू दैट। अभी स्टिल ये सब चीज़ें कंसिस्टेंट नहीं रहती हैं। तो जहाँ तक मेरा सवाल है, मैं सिंपल एक बात बोलती हूँ, इट्स सो मतलब थोड़ी वियर्ड लगेगी सुनने में, बट खाना खाना है तो वर्कआउट करना पड़ेगा। Because kitchen is in my hand. So if you want to eat something, if you want lunch or dinner, you have to work out first, at least 30 minutes, then I'll feed you. So there's some धमकी kind of. तो मुझे लगता है कि समटाइम हम बच्चों के आगे कुछ चीज़ों में हार जाते हैं। यू कांट फोर्स, अगर आप उनको बोल रहे हो, कुछ भी बोल रहे हो, बड़े बच्चे हैं कुछ, सिंपली दे विल से नो, हमको नहीं करना, हमारा मन नहीं है, हम बोर हो जाते हैं घर में ये सब। बट एटलीस्ट मैं ट्राई करती हूँ कि कुछ ना कुछ अगर मैं उनके साथ करती हूँ, स्पेशली इफ आई एम डूइंग विद देम, ओके लेट्स गो, हम लोग साथ में करेंगे, लेट्स डू टुगेदर एटलीस्ट 30 मिनट्स, सो लेट्स हैव फन। तो मैं कुछ ऐसे फन की एक्सरसाइजेज या उनको अपने साथ में खुद करती हूँ उनके साथ, तो उनको ज़्यादा मोटिवेशन मिलता है। ओके 15 या 20 मिनट्स हम लोग कुछ ऐसा डिफरेंट कार्डियो करते हैं, कुछ गेम खेलते हैं जिसमें कुछ ऐसी एक्टिविटी हो। तो मैंने ऐसा बहुत किया है अपने बच्चों के साथ में उनको हेल्दी रखने के लिए। तो एटलीस्ट फ़ोन, सोशल मीडिया और इन सब से जो ध्यान, स्पेशली इन पैंडेमिक टाइम, तो लाइक बच्चे सिर्फ फ़ोन, स्पेशली वैसे भी फ़ोन पे रहते हैं, बट इन पैंडेमिक टाइम तो मतलब सोशल मीडिया बस वाज़ एवरीथिंग। आप सब छोड़ दो, खाना-पीना सब कुछ अलग था। तो आई थिंक मैंने बच्चों को थोड़ा-सा ऐसे हेल्दी रखा रोज़ घर में। मैं उनको अपने साथ वर्कआउट कराती थी। हमारा नीचे टाउन है, तो हम नीचे टाउन में जॉगिंग करने जाते थे या स्टेप्स पे कभी, तो मैं खुद उनके साथ करती थी। ऐसे नहीं कि मैंने बोल दिया जाओ एक्सरसाइज़ करो, दे विल नॉट गेट मोटिवेटेड। उनको एक मोटिवेशन नहीं मिलेगा, बट उनकी मम्मी कर रही है साथ में, मम्मी इज़ डूइंग समथिंग, यू नो, साथ में कर रहे हैं, ओके लेट्स गो ओनली 20 मिनट्स, लेट्स रन टुगेदर, विल बी फास्ट। तो दैट्स हाउ, यू नो, मैंने उनको एनकरेज किया है और उनको घर में जैसे-तैसे मुझे लगता है, एंड नाउ टच वुड, इट्स बीन 1 एंड हाफ 2 इयर्स पैंडेमिक और जो भी चल रहा है, माय किड्स आर वेरी हैबिचुअल एंड दे बोथ आर इनटू एक्सरसाइज और बच्चे मेरे साथ वर्कआउट करते हैं। नाउ वी गो टुगेदर, अब बहुत कुछ खुल गया है हैदराबाद में भी, तो वी गो टुगेदर, हम साथ में वर्कआउट करते हैं, साथ में एन्जॉय करते हैं। So I teach them. Basically, I teach them ki what I suffer in my life, you know, when I was 33 and when I was housewife 10 years, with health issues कितने ज़्यादा हो गए थे, मैं उन्हें बहुत समझाती हूँ। Sometimes I say कि you will not understand now. After when you will be in 40s and you know when you will grow slowly older, you will understand importance of health and exercise. Now you are just healthy. So sometimes they understand and touch wood. दे आर डूइंग विद मी, या एक्सरसाइज और हम सब साथ में करते हैं। सो आई थिंक पेरेंट्स को अगर साथ में करेंगे तो बच्चे और ज़्यादा एनकरेज होंगे।
So now, since you're talking about senior citizens and issues that the older people will face, during this pandemic time, senior citizens are not able to actually go out and walk. So how do they keep fit? What should they do at home? Something simple that, you know, can help them to keep fit.
या द बेस्ट वे वो लोग घर में योगा कर सकते हैं। अभी जब पेंडेमिक चालू हुआ है, देयर इज़ अ लॉट ऑफ ऑनलाइन ट्रेनिंग्स, बहुत सारी ऑनलाइन ट्रेनिंग्स ओपन हो गई हैं। सडनली इस पेंडेमिक के बाद एवरीथिंग इज़ ऑनलाइन नाउ। If they cannot do online also, there's a lot of free classes on you know, Instagram also, on YouTube also. So many things health related they can join and they can see normal yoga. If they put, you know, in YouTube में थोड़ा सा डालेंगे तो आ जाएगा। The basic asanas, pranayam. Pranayam for me is like it's a miracle in health. जब हम ब्रीदिंग एक्सरसाइजेस करते हैं वो सबके लिए बहुत बड़ा मिरेकल है, एंड स्पेशली इन दिस पेंडेमिक जो कोविड आया है, कोविड ने सबसे पहले कहाँ अटैक किया है? लंग्स पे। लंग्स इज ऑल रिलेटेड विद द ब्रेथ, कि जहाँ से ख़त्म हो जाता है सब। तो मुझे लगता है कि वो सबको करना चाहिए, लेकिन जो सीनियर सिटीजन हैं उन लोगों को स्पेशली घर में रह के ब्रीदिंग एक्सरसाइजेस, योगा के आसनास अगर वो थोड़ा-थोड़ा भी कर लेते हैं तो आई थिंक, और एक अच्छा फूड अगर वो लेते हैं तो आई थिंक ऑल सेट फॉर अ हेल्दी लाइफस्टाइल। एंड फूड डेफिनिटली, श्रीदेवी ने जितना भी फूड के बारे में बताया है, आई रियली रियली अग्री, माय गॉड, फूड प्ले मेजर रोल, फूड प्ले मेजर रोल, ट्रस्ट मी। बिकॉज़ जैसे-जैसे मुझे लगता है कि हम एक एज में, जो हमारा डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम एक 20s में रहता है, वो 40s में चेंज हो जाता है। बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जो हमें हेल्प करती हैं, जैसे वेजिटेबल्स के बारे में श्रीदेवी ने बताया कि बहुत सारी वेजिटेबल्स, जो घर का खाना होता है, या हमारे मसाले, इंडियन हमारे किचन में जो इतने मसाले होते हैं, छोटी-छोटी, जो ट्रस्ट मी मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि मैंने अपने जीवन में सिर्फ़ सीखा है, और आज ये चीज़ें इस एज में आके जैसे-जैसे मैं आगे बढ़ रही हूँ, हर दिन सीखती हूँ कि यस, जैसे-जैसे हमारा डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम चेंज होता है, बॉडी चेंज करती है, एज बढ़ती जाती है, ये चीज़ें मिरेकल करती हैं। गार्लिक गार्लिक है, जिंजर है, मसाले, अजवाइन है, मेथी दाना है, लॉट्स ऑफ वेजिटेबल्स। फॉर मी इट्स मिरेकल, ट्रस्ट मी। समटाइम तो आई थिंक लाइक कि मुझे श्रीदेवी की शॉप पे जाके बैठ जाना चाहिए, द होल डे आई जस्ट वांट टू ईट दैट ओनली।
So, Sridevi, so senior citizens, what kind of diet should they follow? Like Kiran has, given some names like garlic, ginger, and all. So, should they eat that, or are there any other specific items that they should eat?
So senior citizens, their digestion is kind of challenged a lot of times, right? So they should eat foods that are easy to digest and only eat what they can digest. If they haven't digested, they should not eat the next meal. I know people will be like, if you don't eat, you won't have energy. But if you haven't digested, you're going to put more food on undigested food and you're putting overload on your system. So I think elderly are wise enough not to put more food. Only if our youngsters push them in the, because they're worried about them, they may succumb to it, but otherwise they know their body is just fine. So the kind of foods that they should be eating is some fermented foods. Their gut needs to be strong. Their digestion, to increase their digestion and, so that they don't have acidity or that, you need to give them gut-friendly foods. So fermented foods perhaps, and something that they're used to. Don't give them any foods that are new and fancy or something that that you think are healthy. So see what they're used to eating and only make them healthier. Let's say they're eating, okay, this is a typical question. Okay, if they're eating white rice, change them to brown or millets. Oh, but they don't like the taste, they're too hard. Brown rice is too hard for them to chew. They're not accepting. So cook it like you should cook. White rice, you just wash and you pressure cooker and it's fine. It works fine. But brown rice, you need to soak it overnight maybe for them. Not just soak and not just wash and cook. Soak them overnight and put enough water and cook them slow so that the layers outside break slowly and it's already easy to digest. They're half digested while cooking. Then when you're eating, it's nice and soft and they can eat. Okay, and because their millets are good for you and you want your parents, the elderly, to eat, be sensitive about that as well. Follow the instructions of how to use millets. Same thing, soaking and cooking slowly. Food cannot be rushed. You can't rush food to grow. You can't rush to make food for your family fast. You can be organized and make things happen quickly, but you can't, force it to cook fast. 10 whistles in the pressure cooker makes the food cook, right? No, it may seem like it's cooked, but it's not doing the real cooking. So you want to slow cook and give foods that are easy to digest and give them enough probiotics and give them foods that are not with too much oil and masala and all that. It's very difficult to digest, even for a person whose digestion is really good, and if they're used to eating clean food and give them bhajis or pakoras or samosas suddenly, they won't be able to digest. Elderly, their system is even more sensitive. So even an occasional something fried can disturb their, balance. So I think it's important that they eat very clean food. Clean for me, I don't mean only hygienic. Clean means not too many mixtures. Yeah, food combination is another thing that you want to be conscious of, not only for elders, for everyone. If you're mixing all kinds, so there is chicken and there is dal in the same meal, it's very hard to digest. So you either give them chicken or you either give them dal. Two kinds of proteins are extremely difficult to digest. So don't give like that, and just know that little food goes a long way if it's whole foods. Give with whole foods so that they get all kinds of nutrients in small amount because they're not able to eat large amounts. So fruits are fantastic, and green leafy vegetables. Just make green leafy vegetables, something with green leafy vegetables every day. And I think also to soak nuts. Make for children who are fussy eaters And for elderly who are having difficulty to digest, and for all the others in between who are lazy to include the foods that you're supposed to eat, like your soaked almonds and walnuts and seeds and nuts, you can make a nice chutney or a dip out of it. Chutney is nothing fancy. You, whatever birakai, dondakai pachadi that you make, you add your soaked nuts or seeds in that chutney and buzz it. You have a nice chutney or a dip that you can eat with your roti, rice, or just dip into vegetables and eat. And suddenly you have the foods that you should be eating, and you're eating enough in a tasty way rather than like take it as a medicine. A lot of times we don't enjoy every day popping those almonds into your mouth, because you have to eat. But imagine putting that in some chutney for your idlis, fermented idlis. You're making coconut chutney, put these soaked almonds into the chutney together with some green chilies and green mango, and buzz it. It's just so tasty, right? You can do that. And you were asking about what to give elderly. How about jawar idlis? Jawar is grown in our Telangana. It's fantastic. Soak long enough, make the rava, and and cook jonna idlis, jawar idlis, rather than just hard-boiled rice idlis. We get so much more nutrition, so many antioxidants in jawar, and it's local and it's reasonably priced. And use local produce like that in creative ways that are easy to use at home. And the recipes of these are on my YouTube channel, by the way, Vibrant Living YouTube channel. Yeah, jawar idli recipe and coconut almond chutney. Lots of recipes are there, and they're easy to make.
I definitely will do that. In fact, the idli chutney recipe that you said, I will make it tomorrow morning at my place.
Oh, lovely. You need a little bit of planning because you need to soak those, but yeah, please start making those. It's fantastic.
I'll do that. So since we're talking about nutrition, we're talking about the importance of food, and we are in the midst of a pandemic. What are the foods that a person who's tested COVID positive with mild symptoms and home quarantined, what is the kind of food that they should eat?
The kind of foods that we should be eating every day anyway, with COVID or without COVID. But then if you're having fever, obviously you will not be able to digest all kinds of foods easily. So I would suggest monofoods. Rather than monofoods means one kind of food rather than rice, dal, curry, fried, sambar, all of that. Maybe a khichdi will be easy on your digestion, or maybe a pongal, or maybe some kind of mixed vegetable soup for your meals. And for breakfast, this jawar idli works fantastic, or ragi porridge, some kind of a java, right? These kind of foods. And fruits can be a meal. Fruits can be a meal. You can just eat fruits, whatever amount of fruits that you feel like eating, what your appetite is. First of all, you have to have appetite. Only then you should eat. If you don't have appetite, you should not eat. Appetite means the digestion starts when you think about food. Your mouth salivates. If your mouth is not salivating, if you're not feeling hungry, don't bother eating. Don't bother eating. And if you're suffering with COVID and you're feeling very tired, coconut water gives you instant energy. Fruits will give you instant energy. And if it is little more food that you can eat, like the chutney that I said with soaked seeds and nuts, mix them to make a chutney or whatever, blend it and eat it with your steamed vegetables or raw vegetables. That's fantastic. But again, eat what you're used to, but don't be eating foods that are hard to digest, which means that don't use bottled food, bottled sauces and spices. Sattvic food, just boiled potatoes, boiled sweet potatoes is fantastic. You can put some coconut on it. You can use perhaps a little bit of coconut oil, a little bit of sesame powder on your food. Sweet potatoes are fantastic. They're easy to digest. Your carrots, beetroots, you can steam them, you can boil them, make nice soups out of it. You get enough calories, enough good nutrients from it, including antioxidants. So fruits, vegetables, and sattvic food. Sattvic food. Do not be putting too much masala. I think that will do. And no fruit juices. Always eat fruits. Vegetable juices are good, but fruit juices should not be had even for children. Just too many sugars, even if they're fruit sugars. So best to have fruits whole with the fiber, and vegetables can be juiced.
So on this note, Kiran, so if somebody is tested positive with mild symptoms, should they exercise? That's first question. And in case they can, what are the simple things that they can do when they are at home?
Again, I'll say asanas is the best way because बहुत ज़्यादा harsh exercises या high intensity exercises definitely वो कर भी नहीं पाएंगे और बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा because this is all related by the breathing. ये ब्रेथ से रिलेटेड है कोविड, तो मुझे लगता है अगर पॉजिटिव अगर थोड़े से भी सिम्टम्स हैं तो स्टार्ट आसनास और जो ब्रीदिंग एक्सरसाइजेस हैं, क्योंकि उससे थोड़ा हमारा ब्रीदिंग काउंटिंग बढ़ेगा, ऑक्सीजन लेवल प्रॉपर वे में हम ज़्यादा हमारे ब्रेन में जाएगा, हमारा लंग कैपेसिटी बढ़ेगा। थोड़ा मुश्किल होगा करना, मगर मुझे लगता है कि हाई इंटेंसिटी एक्सरसाइजेस अवॉइड करनी चाहिए उस समय पे, और जितना हो सके बिल्कुल मेडिटेशन एंड काम, जो हम एकदम काम करती हैं एक्सरसाइजेज आसनास हैं, ये सब उन पे ज़्यादा ध्यान देना चाहिए। और बहुत सारी ऐसी यौगिक क्रियाएं हैं, तो बेसिकली योगा हमको बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्प करेगा यहाँ। हाई इंटेंसिटी एक्सरसाइजेज HIIT या जिम में जो डंबल से हम लोग करते हैं, वेट ट्रेनिंग, वेट लिफ्टिंग, एब्स एक्सरसाइजेज, मुझे नहीं लगता कि वो करना चाहिए और मैं बिल्कुल सजेस्ट नहीं करूँगी। More concentrate on breathing exercise and yogic kriyas and asanas. That will help a lot.
Right. Now, moving away from being COVID positive and all that, the stress and the lack of exercise, it's actually, causing a lot of sleeplessness among people. People are not able to sleep. Neend nahi aa rahi. So, are there any small exercises which probably, people can do so that they can sleep well in the night?
ब्रीदिंग डेफिनेटली, जैसे मैंने कहा, ब्रीदिंग बहुत, प्राणायाम की क्रियाएं बहुत हेल्प करती हैं। और दूसरा योग निद्रा इज़ द बेस्ट वे, ट्रस्ट मी। योग निद्रा में जनरली जिस तरह का हम वो माइंड से रिलेटेड होता है कि हमें अपनी मेंटल हेल्थ को कैसे इम्प्रूव करना है, दैट्स कॉल्ड योग निद्रा। जो हमारी उसमें यूट्यूब में भी है, उसकी काफ़ी सीरीज़ भी आती हैं कि हमें सिर्फ एक जगह लेट जाना है और किस तरह से योग निद्रा में वो गाइड करते हैं आपका टो से लेके हेड तक। वो बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्प करेगा हमारे इम्यूनिटी लेवल को, हमारे मेंटल हेल्थ को, और एक हम बहुत अच्छा स्लीप ले पाएंगे। क्योंकि जिस तरह से योग निद्रा में बोला जाता है, जिस तरह से हमें वो बताया जाता है हमारी बॉडी के बारे में, जस्ट क्लोज योर आइज एंड आप सो जाइए फ्लोर पे, एक मैट लगा के या बेड लगा के आप सो जाइए, एंड द वे दे स्टार्ट योग निद्रा सीधी होती है, बहुत शांति होती है, तो ऑटोमेटिकली यू स्लीप, बिकॉज हमारा मेंटल हेल्थ इम्प्रूव हो रहा है। हम कुछ ऐसी पॉजिटिव चीज़ें सुन रहे हैं जो ऑटोमेटिकली उसकी एक्सरसाइज अंदर ही अंदर हो रही है, एंड यू कैन स्लीप बेटर। बिकॉज जो हार्श एक्सरसाइजेज हैं वो हेल्प नहीं करेंगी, क्योंकि वो बहुत एकदम से एक तो ऑलरेडी हमको इतनी तकलीफ है बॉडी में, और ऊपर से हम इतनी हार्श एक्सरसाइजेज कर रहे हैं, सबको हेल्प नहीं करेंगे। तो मुझे लगता है गुड न्यूट्रिशन, जो सात्विक खाना जो बताया श्रीदेवी ने, आई रियली अग्री विद यू श्रीदेवी। मैं उस सबको इतना इमेजिन कर रही हूँ, जब आप बोल रहे हो फूड के बारे में, मैं हर चीज़ इमेजिन करती जा रही हूँ। ज्वार इडली जो आपने बोला, मुझे इमीडिएटली दिमाग में आया कि मुझे कल वो बनाना है, रुको मैं कल बनाऊंगी। क्योंकि ये सब चीज़ें जनरली हमें पता होती हैं, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं जाने अनजाने हम हाउसवाइफ और हम जो मदर्स होते हैं घर में, जैसा बच्चे खा रहे हैं, हम सब इतने घर का काम, एक पेंडेमिक टाइम, सबका प्रेशर इतना दिमाग में होता है, सब मम्मी के ऊपर ही आ रहे हैं, मम्मी को ये बनाना है, मम्मी को घर का काम करना है, मम्मी को ये, तो हम लोग इतना ज़्यादा अंदर घुस के कि हमें आज ज्वार इडली बनानी है, या हमको उनको लगता है रोटी सब्जी बनाओ, फटाफट से खाओ, मुझे अपने दूसरे काम पे जाना है। तो इतना ज़्यादा सोचते नहीं है, जिनके यहाँ हेल्पिंग हैंड्स नहीं है काम करने के लिए, मदर्स के लिए। तो मुझे लगता है कि ये जो श्रीदेवी ने अभी जो भी बताया, वो बहुत अच्छे आइडिया थे, जैसा भी उन्होंने बताया। डेफिनेटली एक सात्विक खाना, और एक जितना हम इस तरह का खाना खाएंगे, इतना एक रिलैक्स फील कराता है वो बॉडी को। ये मैंने खुद ने फील किया है। मैं खुद बॉडी बिल्डिंग में हूँ इतने साल से, इट्स बीन 17 इयर्स, लेकिन मैंने अब बहुत टाइम से नॉनवेज नहीं खाया और मैं सात्विक खाने में हूँ, मैं वेज खाती हूँ, सब ये अपना-अपना सोचने का तरीका है, आई एम नॉट अगेंस्ट, बट मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि आप बहुत ही काम हो जाते हो अंदर से। मतलब इस तरह का जो खाना होता है, आप बहुत काम, तो खाना बहुत मेजर रोल प्ले करता है, फूड और एक्सरसाइज जो मैंने बताया। हमारा मेंटल हेल्थ, स्पेशली जो पैंडेमिक टाइम में सबसे ज़्यादा इफ़ेक्ट जो लोगों को किया था, वो मेंटली बहुत ज़्यादा किया था। फिज़िकली तो पीपल वर लाइक पता नहीं अब क्या हो जाएगा, लेकिन मेंटली भी बहुत डिस्टर्ब हो गए थे, एक ही घर में, एक ही जगह सारा टाइम 24 आवर्स। तो मुझे लगता है कि जो लोग योगा करते हैं, उस समय इन चीज़ों की ज़रूरत है। योग
Yeah.
मुद्रा, आसनास, ब्रीदिंग एक्सरसाइज, ये सब चीज़ें काम करती हैं हमारे जीवन को। और अगर हम एक अच्छा फूड खाते हैं, ज़्यादा स्पाइसी नहीं है, अच्छा फूड खाते हैं, तो और ज़्यादा सोने पे सुहागा जिसे बोलते हैं, केक पे
I know.
चेरी बोलते हैं। तो इससे बहुत अच्छा हेल्थ हम कर सकते हैं। और आई थिंक जो लोग पॉजिटिव, कोविड पॉजिटिव के बाद जो जो भी पोस्ट कोविड जो भी हुआ होता है, सिम्टम जो होती हैं चीज़ें बॉडी में, तो ये सब चीज़ें और जो लैक ऑफ स्लीप, एनर्जी निकल जाता है, तो ये सब चीज़ मुझे लगता है बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्प करती है, बिकॉज़ एवरीथिंग स्टार्ट फ्रॉम माइंड,
Yeah.
ईदर फूड और एक्सरसाइज।
On this insomnia note, yes, my mom used to always, she still tells me that, why don't you have a small cup of milk with, haldi dal ke pee lo raat mein to so jaoge. Are there any specific foods which help in, overcoming the insomnia, which will give you good sleep, Sri Devi?
Right, tryptophan. We need foods that has tryptophan in it. One thing is important, not to drink coffee, tea, that kind of stimulants late in the evening. Sometimes, depending on your tolerance for caffeine, even drinking after noon, after 12 o'clock, can also affect your sleep at night. To avoid such things is one thing, and not to exercise rigorously in the evening because it'll keep you awake. That's another thing. And food wise, almonds help in getting good sleep, bananas help in getting good sleep. So don't worry about eating fruit at night or eating fruit like banana at night, that too. Don't worry about it. If you're having sleeping issues, it's so much more important that you get good sleep for your health rather than, gaining weight. And you're not going to gain weight just because you ate bananas before going to sleep. So make your stomach full but easy to digest, because you don't want to not get sleep because your body is working too hard to digest your food that you've eaten. So eat fruit if you need to before going to sleep, if that's keeping you, because sometimes if you're eating at 7 o'clock and you're going to bed at 11 or 12, you've digested your food, and some people can't sleep because of that as well. So eat something like that. Eat a fruit. Don't be so afraid to eat something light like that and go to sleep. And almonds. And most importantly, don't eat foods that are hard to digest for your dinner, because that process of digestion will keep you awake. And for me, I noticed also sometimes I get into this more like, what you eat really determines your energy levels meal after meal. Also, studies show that, just one serving of sugar can decrease your immunity to that many points down. It's just crazy how it works. Food is medicine, or father of medicine, Dr. Hippocrates said that, and it's just, I see it on people that I see every day, and I see it on myself every day. Sometimes when I eat late lunch and heavy lunch, even though it's plant-based, whatever, I could eat a lot. So sometimes I eat a lot. And when you're walking, you're dragging your body. And sometimes when you're eating like, high energy foods but light, and you're just flying. So since I'm able to fly, I'm thinking, okay, I'll just walk. And then I don't get sleep at night because you just worked out so much. So I think also to, along with foods that are easy to digest for dinner and having a snack before going to sleep, I think it's just fine to do that. And of course, there are other tips like not be on the gadgets until you turn the light off and all of that. Yeah, sleep is so important. It's important that we pay attention to our sleep and do whatever it takes, and don't underestimate your caffeine consumption. And a lot of people think, oh, I'm not drinking coffee, I only had chai. Chai has a lot of caffeine, and did you know that it has more caffeine than coffee? Just because coffee, the word has caffeine, it's similar, but tea has more caffeine than coffee. So watch out if you're having. See, if you're able to sleep, no problem before pandemic, that's a different story. Now include, add stress to that and uncertainty to that. It's harder. So just do the best you can to take away what is causing problems to sleep. So coffee and tea are one of those.
Awesome. So that's extremely valuable point that you have given, because I'm actually addicted to tea. Without my tea, without my 3 Mari biscuits with my chai, I can't manage. But then now I will try to actually moderate the whole thing. Let's get into quick fire session, a series of questions, and I would request you to answer probably in a word or at the most one sentence. Yeah. So Sridevi, over to you. What are the 5 things that should be there mandatorily in the shopping list while buying vegetables?
Garlic, ginger, cucumbers, carrots, sweet potatoes.
Awesome. And how much water should one drink every day? There have been so many theories. How much water should one drink?
How much water depends on your weight, but anywhere between 2 to 4 liters of water, and include hydrating vegetables in your diet every day. So water from the hydrating vegetables go into your system like this, giving you all kinds of nutrients like your cucumbers, dosakai, anapakai, white pumpkin, burdigumadakai, all of this, include them along with your water.
All right. And what is the best midnight snack? I know we shouldn't, but then yes, what's the best midnight snack?
Fruit.
All right. But don't they say that you're not supposed to eat fruits in the night after say 10 or 11 because they tend to ferment in your stomach?
You rather eat Mari biscuits?
Okay.
You're hungry, right? Fruits digest very fast. So only problem you will have, they'll ferment, is if you eat fruit soon after your dinner, because your dinner takes a long time to digest. But you're talking about midnight. If you're hungry out of boredom, that's another story. If you're really hungry because the food that you've eaten for dinner is already digested, you'll do fantastic with fruit.
Awesome. And rice or millets, which one is nutritious?
If it is brown rice, they're probably pretty equal, but then to eat what's grown locally is so much more beneficial to our own health and for the environment around. So in Telangana, I would say millets, but do it right, cook them right, soak them.
All right.
Yeah.
Kiran, over to you. What's the best form of cardio exercise?
Steps.
Okay.
Steps
all right.
in house.
And what should one avoid? When I say avoid, eating to reduce weight. One thing.
प्लेट भर के खाना कि आज ही मिलेगा, आज के बाद कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. That's called portion control. आज मेरा आखिरी दिन है, खाओ, आज के बाद कल नहीं मिलने वाला है. That we should avoid.
And what should one eat to bulk up?
I think in my bodybuilding and generally also we say banana and milk is a good source if you want to bulk up. And there's so many quotes like, but this is most probably we keep telling to students before workout you can eat this. Yeah, banana especially. Yeah.
And those who continuously work out, those who are on a diet, checking what they eat, they long to eat something, one of those favorite meals, the cheat meal. So, how
Everyone
often
wants.
is it okay to eat a cheat meal?
cheat meal, everybody wait. My all students, they wait for cheat meal. हमें cheat meal कब करना है? Okay, Saturday, Sunday they can cheat 2 days. If 5 days they are on good and diet, so 2 days always एक आत्मा तृप्त करने के लिए कि ठीक है खा लो. But still they have to remember not pizza, burger, this, that, those. No, just eat nice home food also sometimes. Dal, chawal, sabji. Generally be also, but sometime, yeah, one time they can cheat, but they should not messed up. That's all I can say.
Awesome. That's a fantastic quick fire session. And we've got a couple of questions that, we ran a survey saying that we're going to do this session, and we reached out to people saying, do you have any queries, any questions that, they want us to pose it to you? So there's one specific question that actually stood out. It actually came from a gentleman. I'm a 34-year-old male, and this is a question to Kiran. Height is 5'8", but he's underweight, around 56 kgs. He had COVID in last December. Now he needs suggestions to gain weight. Sometimes he also has low BP. So how can he gain weight?
See, again, there's a food and exercise definitely, especially strength training. Strength training will help a lot. And as I said before, also first start with breathing and then directly go to strength training. Weightlifting definitely help a lot. Then again, food play major role definitely in weight loss, also in weight gain also. तो जिनका वेट लॉस होता है डेफिनेटली बॉडी वेट कार्डियो बहुत ज़्यादा होते हैं स्ट्रेंथ ट्रेनिंग, पर जिनको वेट गेन करना होता है उनके लिए वेट ट्रेनिंग इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड फूड प्ले मेजर रोल. तो आई थिंक इन दोनों का जो कॉम्बिनेशन होता है, खाली स्ट्रेंथ ट्रेनिंग से भी कुछ नहीं होगा, खाली फूड से भी कुछ नहीं होगा. तो मुझे लगता है ये दोनों चीज़ें जब मिलती हैं तब आपका वेट गेन बहुत अच्छा हो पाएगा. बिकॉज मेरे स्टूडेंट्स हैं जिनका वेट गेन करना है, तो इन दोनों के कॉम्बिनेशन से ही आप वेट गेन कर सकते हो और एक अच्छा हेल्थ बना सकते हो.
All right. But at the same time, there's one more question. In fact, this is something which even I faced, and a lot of our friends, we keep on discussing. We work out very diligently, almost 1 hour every day, but then somehow we seem to hit a plateau. That stubborn fat jo hota hai, it doesn't go at all. What are we supposed to do?
सी अगेन डिपेंड करता है कि हाइट और एज और वेट, इन सब ये चीज़ें बहुत मेजर रोल प्ले करती हैं कि आपकी ये सब चीज़ें कैसी हैं. आपका हाइट क्या है, वेट क्या है. किसी क्योंकि जब हम 40 में आ जाते हैं या 30s में होते हैं तो हमारा फैट जो बहुत स्टबर्न हो जाता है. अगेन यहाँ पे आपका जो न्यूट्रिशन होता है वो बहुत मेजर रोल प्ले करता है. फिर आपके वर्कआउट्स अगेन कि आपको किस तरह का वर्कआउट देना है, उनकी हेल्थ कैसी है, उसके हिसाब से कैसे करना है. तो यहाँ पे फिर से फूड वर्कआउट भले आप 45 मिनट का करो. आई अग्री कि 45 मिनट एंड 1 आवर इज इनफ फॉर योर वर्कआउट. ऐसा नहीं है कि स्टबर्न फैट है तो आप 1 घंटा 2 घंटा आप जिम में स्पेंड कर रहे हो, मॉर्निंग इवनिंग यू आर जस्ट डूइंग वर्कआउट. डोंट डू दैट. जस्ट 1 आवर यू डू वर्कआउट एंड आपका जो न्यूट्रिशन है दैट्स अ मेजर रोल प्ले करता है. जस्ट चेक योर न्यूट्रिशन एंड वर्कआउट. ये दोनों चीज़ों से इफ़ यू हैव अ राइट अप्रोच, there's 100 kind of diets, 100 kind of workout, but keep it simple. Good nutrition, good workout and proper approach with right trainer, right nutrition who gives you genuine एक आपको जो एक सलाह देते हैं, genuine सलाह जो आपको देते हैं. तो आई थिंक इन दोनों के कॉम्बिनेशन से आप बहुत अच्छा अपना स्टबर्न फैट हो, या मैं 110 130 kg के स्टूडेंट्स भी हैं मेरे जिनको मैं ट्रेन करती हूँ. एंड द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट इज patience. If you don't have patience, you can't reduce weight and you can't reach your goal in your health or anything. So it's very important because weight reduce करने में टाइम लगता है. Stubborn fat 1 या 2 दिन में कम नहीं होता है. It takes time. बॉडी को जब हम कोई न्यूट्रिशन देते हैं या कोई वर्कआउट देते हैं तो उसको टाइम, महीने भी लग जाते हैं, एक को एक साल लग जाते हैं. बट दैट्स ओके. आप वहाँ से यहाँ इतनी आसानी से नहीं पहुँचे हो. उस फैट को, जो स्टबर्न फैट है वो जो स्टोर हो गया है हमारी बॉडी में, वो एक दिन का काम नहीं है. इट्स बीन years and years you were like that. Now you want to reduce in just 1 or 2 months. No, it's not going to happen. You have to be patient. So I think right guidance It's very important.
Absolutely, patience and right guidance. On this note, I think we've exhausted all the questions that we received. So, any closing comments, Sridevi? Any closing advice?
So, my advice is don't take nutrition and food that you eat to be rocket science. It is a simple matter. It is a simple matter. You just got consumed by all the information that's out there. Don't get overwhelmed. It's just get back to yourself, your nature, your intuition. Look at the food that comes into your house. Don't be bringing food that is not food really, just in disguise of food in packages. Don't consider that as food. Bring into home what is actually food, and enjoy making delicious food, delicious dishes with it, and be with it. Enjoy food. Don't fear it. I see a lot of fear in people about food. I see people fearing eating bananas and mangoes. And you control, and then you just go and eat brownie because your body wants food. It needs some sweet, delicious. You deserve good tasting food. You deserve it. So don't feel guilty for eating food that is rich. Because a sweet mangoes. How many people? I'm sure a lot of people who are watching ate mangoes, but with guilt. You don't have to. Nature has given it to you for you to eat. So get in sync with nature and grow a little bit of food. That's another thing I wanted to say. Grow a little bit of food, that whatever you can, in whatever space you can. If it's not plants, maybe at least microgreens, or sprout your legumes, and that increases the nutritive value. Just the process of growing something makes you understand about life. So do that, and also you have the food security. You grew it, you know what it is. Just observing it, it just really makes you understand life. You can teach your children also to accept what, it's important to grow. So grow some food and eat without guilt. Guilt in itself makes you keep weight because you're stressed out. When you're feeling guilt, it's a bad feeling. You're producing bad hormones, so that is it's going to work counterproductive to lose weight or to gain weight or keep healthy. So enjoy your food thoroughly, and your body is your temple, and don't be putting things as food. Put whole foods, natural foods into your body, and there are plenty recipes and inspiration from my Instagram account. I'm quite active on my Instagram account, Vibrant Living by Sridevi Jasti, and the same name for YouTube channel. I keep updating recipes. I love creating recipes that are easy to make and that are healthy for me. Healthy and tasty should go hand in hand. I'm a big foodie, so not getting joy out of food means I'm having very lousy life. So
I just want to say one thing. I think nutrition हो या workout हो या हमें दोनों को enjoy करना है. It should not be burden. कि एवरी डे हमें उठना है. जैसे हम रात को जब सोते हैं तो ये नहीं सोचते हैं कि हमें सुबह ब्रश करना है या हमें सुबह ब्रेकफास्ट करना है, या हम ये सब चीज़ें नहीं सोचते हैं. तो मुझे लगता है कि हमें दोनों चीज़ों को एंजॉय करना चाहिए. एज अ लाइफस्टाइल हमें इसको लेना है, चाहे वो वर्कआउट हो कि 30 मिनट्स एवरी डे आपको वर्कआउट करना है, और एक अच्छा हेल्दी न्यूट्रिशन, मतलब इट शुड बी योर लाइफस्टाइल. तो आई थिंक लाइफ बहुत ज़्यादा ईजी हो जाएगी, बिकॉज बहुत लंबी ज़िंदगी है, छोटी नहीं है. I think we should enjoy both.
So there's one question which popped up: how to take oats? Yeah, that's a question, because I tried making oats for the first time. It became a gooey mixture, and nobody touched it. Now, since I made it, I ate it. But then I didn't really eat it. So, how to make oats and how to take them?
But why do you want to eat oats? Because somebody from the West told you that you need to eat oats?
Yeah.
For them, it is a healthy food because they don't have other grains that are rich in fiber. They're used to eating. Oats came as an advice from doctors, from physicians, when people were eating white bread for their breakfast and bacon and eggs. There was no fiber. They were ruining their health. So doctors advised people there to eat oats as porridge because oats were the grains that they were growing there. They grew oats. So that's their food. But we don't have to import that idea here. We grow here millets. So you eat millets, you eat jawar idli or ragi java, jawar rotis. We have other things. Oats are not our food. Oats are coming to you from which country? Have you checked?
No.
Exactly. So there's no need to eat oats at all. Okay. We are just importing ideas from elsewhere. They're suitable for them there. And we have so much more here. We have lots of fiber rich food. Our culture is rich in plant based foods. We have lots of options. We don't have to import ideas like that. We can export some ideas if you wish.
Agree.
So yeah, we have lots of millets growing. If you like that preparations that are made with oats, you can make it yourself. And on top of that, nothing wrong in eating something that we get from another country if you like it. First of all, it's more costly, and secondly, the kind of oats that you get here are like white rice. Because if they're whole oats and if they're rolled oats, they have oils in them, which means they get rancid fast. So they won't be able to ship it to you from that country to this country. So they take out that part so that they won't get rancid. And what is left is just simple carbs and some fiber. So we have much better foods here. So I'm sorry, that was a rough answer for somebody who asked for oats.
Yeah, that was very, very enlightening. You do workshops, right, Sridevi?
Yes, I do workshops. As a matter of fact, there are 2 workshops coming up. There's one on the 8th and there's one on the 15th. So yeah, sign up for those workshops, and I give out, recipe. I make recipes and show for what's for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, juices, all kinds of stuff.
Awesome. So how can one enroll in those workshops?
So they can go to my website. You can go to Vibrantly More. So sridevijasti.live. My first name and last name .live has a link, and you can also go on my Instagram stories. I'm trying to post on stories at least once a day or once in 2 days to go swipe up and register, or just call Vibrant Living store number and they will give directions.
Awesome, awesome. And Kiran, in case somebody would want to enroll with you, I told you yesterday, I want to. How do they go about doing that?
Very simple. They can just mail me kirandemla@gmail.com, which already in my bio. The mail ID already given. So they can just mail, and the all details my team, they will send. And very simple, they can check the details. If they are okay with it, then personally I talk to them and explain each and everything. And that's how we can start the training. Yes. So today, Touchwood, I'm training 100 of people around the world, and it's very healthy and natural food and simple workout. I never design complicated workout in online training, because online training always it's little tricky. Some people think I'm training in group and how we can train, because each and every body is different, people are different, age are different, how. But there's a different pattern I use in online training. So once they enroll, or once they check the details, personally I talk to them and then they can enroll. So it's very simple and easy. So that's they have to mail kirandemla@gmail.com, which already given in my bio.
Awesome, awesome. I think this has been a super session. I hope you enjoyed, because I really enjoyed. And going by the comments, the lovely comments and appreciation that's pouring in, people have enjoyed. Yes. And we definitely do have converts. When I'm saying converts to healthy eating, converts to healthy lifestyle. And it's all thanks to you, Sridevi and Kiran. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And I also want to invite people to come to our store if they live here in Hyderabad. We are open, and Saturdays are fun days here. Mask up and come over to see. It's very inspiring to see all kinds of beautiful, healthy foods around, natural foods just coming from the farms, and seeing the garden around. It's inspiring. It makes people want to eat healthy. So thank you for having me. And I'm so happy that people liked it, because you know, that makes my life and work so much happier, so worth it. Thanks for this session. And
Thank you
lovely
so much.
to.
Thank you. And
Thanks
stay
a
safe.
lot.
Stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone
Thank you.
too.
And this is
Thank you.
Padma Priya signing off. Thank you.